What's up, YouTube? This is Mathis97 and welcome back to an episode of WWE 2K14 Universe Mode, and we're here with episode number 38. This is Monday night, and we're here with, of course, I should say this is the final week before the No Way Out pay-per-view, and of course that means there's going to be a pre-show as well. There will indeed be a pre-show, so there's going to be, of course, the promos coming out later this, I'd say this week, but probably not going to be all in one week that these videos get uploaded, but you know what I mean. Later in this cycle, this week cycle in the universe mode, there will be the promos and stuff. So that should be a good promo or a good pay-per-view. Should the No Way Out pay-per-view be? Okay, I'm just butchering my lines at this point. So anyways, you can see there's the match card. We have Chris Jericho taking on Daniel Bryan in the main event, and let's go ahead and simulate here. Antonio Cesaro getting the victory over Seth Rollins. We remember Seth Rollins did get a win over Cesaro on main event a few weeks ago. And right here, Brodus Clay victorious over Dolph Ziggler in that one-on-one match. So we're going to be playing 3 matchups here tonight. And let's go ahead and start this one off. Start the show off with a bang. It is the United States Champion Jack Swagger taking on Roman Reigns, the powerhouse of the Shield. And as we remember, last episode of main event, it was United States Champion Jack Swagger one-on-one with the Intercontinental Champion Ryback, and Ryback defeated Swagger in that one. And then once the match was over, Roman Reigns came out and attacked both champions, Jack Swagger and Ryback. So tonight here on Monday Night Raw, Roman Reigns is going one-on-one with the U.S. Champion Jack Swagger. And tomorrow on main event, Roman Reigns will be going one-on-one with the Intercontinental Champion himself, the Human Wrecking Ball, Ryback. As really, that's the only place Roman Reigns can face Swagger. I mean, can face Ryback, jeez. Because Roman Reigns is, of course, on the Raw roster, and Ryback is on the SmackDown roster. So, Roman Reigns, really the only place he can face Ryback is on main event, and that is what is going to happen. So there's going to be a huge throwdown on main event this next episode. And now making his way to the ring is the powerhouse of the Shield, Roman Reigns, the Samoan machine. I don't know why I thought that. I guess whatever. So anyway, Roman Reigns now making his way to the ring. But from what we saw, we've got 2 matchups to follow. This one we got John Cena taking on Kane. As we know, John Cena will be facing The Undertaker for the WWE Championship at No Way Out. And the main event is Chris Jericho versus Daniel Bryan. And this could be the opportunity for Daniel Bryan to get that victory over Jericho. And then move on to whoever his next target is. As we know, he is going after CM Punk's former opponents. But enough about Daniel Bryan. Let's talk about this matchup right here. As Jack Swagger, he doesn't have a definitive #1 contender for that U.S. title now that I think about it. And we are this close to the pay-per-view, so this is probably going to be, we could always throw together a triple threat or a fatal 4-way. And, yeah, I would say leave some suggestions, but we all know I pre-record this stuff, and I'm way too far ahead. I've already recorded the pay-per-view, so I know what happens, and you don't. But, yeah, there's probably going to be, well, there is going to be a fatal 4-way or a triple threat for the U.S. title. Something's going to be on the line because we don't have a definitive contender, but we do have some superstars in the division who have been getting some victories and could be deserving of a title shot. I won't say who, but yeah, there should be a U.S. title match on the line. I mean, there kind of has to because Swagger's not one half the tag team titles anymore. He's not. Or did I really just say one half the tag team titles? He hasn't been competing, or I mean, he's out of the tag team division now because the New Millennia is no longer together. Zack Ryder's off doing his thing, and Jack Swagger's doing his. Here is the U.S. champion on Monday Night Raw. But Jack Swagger has been the longest reigning champion in this universe mode, and the longest active reigning champion in this universe mode. As he's held the title since Extreme Rules. That was way back in April of this calendar year. The in-game calendar year, I should say. And it is now October, so he has held that championship for quite a while. He's held it for a grand total of, let me do the math in my head here real quick. Let's see. I can't. It's hard. Like you think it'd be pretty easy to think, but well, like when I'm trying to talk and do the math at the same time, I'm not good at multitasking in this situation, I guess. So it's kind of difficult for me to do the math in my head at the moment. So I'm gonna take a quick pause so I can think. And it seems kind of. It's like, oh, he can't do simple calendar math. That's so. See, I can't even think of words now because I'm still trying to multitask. But yeah, he held the title for 6 months. I'm just gonna say that. Yeah, that'd be 6 months. Cause never mind. I'm not even gonna explain it. You people probably have solved that way before I did. But at least I didn't have to stop talking, even though I was rambling. But anyway, back to the match. Jeez, but we're back to the match now. Jack Swagger sending Roman Reigns crashing into the steel steps. And now Jack Swagger in the headlock here, but no, Roman Reigns with the counter and plants him face first onto the floor. And now tossing him, looked like Swagger caught a bit of those steel steps, tripped him up there. As referee now at a 6 count, Swagger's going to have to get back in the ring here. He's in danger of being counted out, and he makes it back in the ring. And now look at this, German suplex to Roman Reigns. And so yeah, we've seen so far from Swagger, he's been going after the leg of Roman Reigns. That is a very smart strategy on the part of the real American Jack Swagger. I mean, in this game, they still call him the All-American American, which is, I don't know, but hopefully in the next year's game in WWE 2K14, if the real Americans don't split by then, hopefully we can get Zeb Coulter, we can get some We the People stuff. But Jack Swagger now, look at this, just really wrenching back on the leg, the ankle of Roman Reigns, putting a lot of pressure on the leg there. As you can see now, Jack Swagger, oh, he was running for that running chop block, or chop block from the front, whatever it's called. And he was looking to take out the knee for, oh my god, a Superman punch. And now into the cover, 1, 2, and no, Jack Swagger manages to stay alive, manages to kick out there. And now look at this, German suplex, belly to back suplex from Jack Swagger. As we saw, he's really been working the leg of Roman Reigns. He did that to Ryback on main event, and now he's going with the same strategy here as trying to soften Roman Reigns up for that Patriot lock. And now Roman Reigns with a spear out of nowhere as Jack Swagger, I don't know what was going on there, but Roman Reigns caught him completely out of nowhere with that spear. 2, 3, it's over. Roman Reigns getting the victory over the United States champion Jack Swagger. So Roman Reigns, he's definitely stepping up, making an impact in recent weeks. You gotta, well, no, I was gonna say he got a victory on Raw against somebody, but I don't think he did. But obviously making an impact on the last episode of Main Event when he came out and attacked both of our mid-card champions, Ryback and Jack Swagger. And now with a victory over Jack Swagger, I don't know, could Roman Reigns, that victory could possibly put him in the U.S. title picture, potentially, or maybe he could be seeking something far greater than the United States Championship. I mean, while Swagger's hold it, the U.S. title has been a bit less, had a bit less meaning, as you know, Swagger's been in the tag team division, but now he's back into the singles field, so we'll see how Swagger's newest single run can work out for him. But if he has to go up against Roman Reigns, I think I know who my pick would be for that one. But let's go ahead and get into this matchup here. John Cena taking on Kane. And the way Universe has put these things, it's a bit weird that the Bryan Jericho feud has had the main event spot. But, you know, for all the Cena haters out there, that's probably a good thing. Can't speak. It'll keep your retention in the video, maybe. Or maybe you'll just skip to the end of it. I don't even know. I don't know what you people do when you watch my videos, but that was weird. Forget I said that. Anyway, we see now John Cena, WWE Champion, entering the ring. As we saw, he had that coveted WWE Championship. He'll be taking on The Undertaker inside the Hell in the Cell structure at No Way Out for the WWE Championship. And what a matchup this is set to be leading into the No Way Out pay-per-view. as it is now The Undertaker's brother, Kane, coming down to the ring. As we can see, Kane making that slow approach to the ring. And, yeah, Kane actually has been putting on some strong matches recently. Excuse me. But I know he started out on SmackDown. He was over there with, he was in that World Heavyweight Championship scene for a very brief moment. It was more around Over the Limit when Daniel Bryan was around there. Of course, Kane, former tag team champion with Daniel Bryan as part of Team Hell No. They lost the tag team titles back at Extreme Rules, I think it was. Yeah, I think they lost it to Air Boom at Extreme Rules. But, I mean, Kane, I don't know, he's been kind of all over the place in this universe mode. But since we made the move over to WWE 2K14, he has definitely made a staple, or made himself a main staple on Monday Night Raw. He has been getting some victories. And, I remember he faced off against The Undertaker in the King of the Ring tournament at Night of Champions. But, actually, no, Kane hasn't been getting that many victories now that I think about it. He has competed on Main Event a couple times, and he got involved with Roman Reigns, I think. He had a matchup there. Of course, he was in the whole confrontation, the six-man tag team match against The Shield at SummerSlam. So, I mean, Kane, he's been keeping himself relevant. He's been keeping himself on the cards. Although, as far as victories go, his win-loss record, not too impressive. But a victory against John Cena here tonight, especially considering Cena's the current WWE champion, not only would that take away some of the momentum of John Cena, but it'd be a huge victory for Kane and could potentially line him up for a WWE championship opportunity in the future. So this could be a big opportunity here for Kane as he takes down Mr. Super Cena with a back suplex. And as for John Cena, I think he needs a victory here tonight as well, because, you know, just to get that added momentum boost. No, I'm sorry, I'm just like out of it for whatever reason. But now John Cena setting Kane out of the ropes, and oh, there's a suplex, a nice fisherman suplex, and now dropping the fist right in the face of Kane. Not quite a five-knuckle shuffle, but definitely still will do the damage, as now Kane, nice counter by Cena, tossing the Big Red Monster off of him. I personally prefer the Big Red Machine to the Big Red Monster, but maybe that's just a bit more because that's who Kane was when I grew up watching him. And now a nice leg drop right across the chest of John Cena, now just stomping away as the WWE champion. But yeah, Cena, he has been WWE champion. He defeated Dean Ambrose at Night of Champions. But, I mean, Cena, I don't know exactly what really Cena's been doing. He hasn't been too dominant as the champion. I think before he even won the WWE title, he lost a match to Seth Rollins. So, I mean, maybe that's why Seth Rollins is up in that WWE Championship scene. So maybe if Cena can get past The Undertaker, I mean, that'd be something. I mean, you got guys like Kane, Undertaker, you know, some of these older, more veteran superstars, CM Punk, Chris Jericho even. And then you've got these other guys, these up-and-comers like Daniel Bryan. Seth Rollins could be a huge... Imagine having Seth Rollins in the WWE Championship picture. Because, I mean, he's been getting victories he shouldn't be getting. And part of that's the AI, part of it's just he's just that damn good. I mean, he got a win over John Cena in a very hard-fought match a few weeks ago on Raw. And, I mean, Seth Rollins, you know, just got to keep an eye out for him. Cena now with the Cena Karana. And Kane kicking out, as now John Cena sending Kane over there into the corner, but a counter by Kane, and now dropping Cena into that bottom turnbuckle. And I'm not sure what Kane's doing here. I thought he was going to go for some sort of move, but maybe just trying to take the moment to catch his breath, and as that could cost him here, but nope. He's got Cena back into the corner and takes him down with a clothesline. As now, big clothesline to Cena. I thought Cena looked like was maybe going for a drop kick there or something, and that's only just gonna add extra impact to that clothesline. As now Kane now with the glove right in the face of John Cena, trying to suffocate him, but luckily Cena's foot was by the ropes, so I guess that kind of counts as a submission, I guess. And wait a minute, tombstone pile driver, as that's definitely sending a message to John Cena here tonight. You got to remember, Undertaker loves to use that tombstone. It's his patented maneuver. And Kane could be getting close to the victory here. That's 1, 2, 3. Kane picks up the victory over John Cena via the tombstone pile driver. And could that potentially be a bit of foreshadowing as to what will go down at the No Way Out pay-per-view? I mean, obviously, Undertaker made that tombstone famous, but Kane likes to use it as well, and he does it justice. Kane has a equally devastating tombstone as the Undertaker, and he used that to put away John Cena here tonight. Didn't even bother going for the chokeslam, went straight for the tombstone pile driver, and that got him the victory here tonight. As you can see, Kane celebrating. And what the hell? The Shield. What the Shield? Oh no! What is this? Oh my God! Roman Reigns. Never turn your back on the Shield. And look at this. Roman Reigns attacking Kane from behind. Now got John Cena for a DDT. As Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is just all over the place. He's really doing anything and everything he can to try to make a name for himself here on Monday Night Raw. And when you've got, we've got juggernauts like The Undertaker and John Cena over here on Raw. And Roman Reigns is doing a great job of trying to make a name for himself. On main event, we saw he attacked the two champions, defeated the United States champion Jack Swagger in a match here tonight, and now Roman Reigns attacking the current WWE champion John Cena, and Kane, the brother of the #1 contender to the WWE title, The Undertaker. And of course, that kind of overshadowed what just happened, but Kane got a victory over John Cena. So if Cena defeats Undertaker at No Way Out, you'd have to think that would put Kane right up there in the top, say the top 3 contenders for that WWE title, maybe even #1. But I don't know. I don't know what Roman Reigns' agenda is exactly, whether he wants to go after a certain title, if he's just out to make a statement, out to make a name for himself. But anyway, let's go ahead and move into our main event of the evening. It is between Y2J, the Ayatollah of rock and roll, Chris Jericho. And he'll be going one-on-one with Daniel Bryan. And as we remember, the night after the Night of Champions pay-per-view, Daniel Bryan made a statement that he would be challenging any and all of CM Punk's former opponents. As, at first it was Vince McMahon, now it's the Authority, refusing to give Daniel Bryan and CM Punk a match against each other, which is what the people want to see. It's what I want to see. I'm sure it's what you people at home want to. You people, well, maybe you're not. Maybe you're not at home. Maybe you're just at a friend's house watching this on computer or something. I don't know. But now Daniel Bryan. Okay. I don't know exactly what he's doing. Just trying to play a little bit of mind games here. That's what I'd have to say. Daniel Bryan just playing a little bit of mind games here with Chris Jericho, as he does that springboard dive, so he's just kind of kicking there. But yeah. Anyway, Daniel Bryan just playing a little bit of mind games there, just kind of stepping out of the ring, trying to throw Chris Jericho off his game, maybe trying to sucker him in here. But Chris Jericho, he's gonna make Daniel Bryan get back into the ring here. And now look at this. There's the drop kick off the top rope. So that strategy seemed to work well for Daniel Bryan. He kind of suckered Chris Jericho in and got himself the upper hand here. But Jericho now with a nice counter. And look at this. Float over neck breaker, and Jericho now back in control. I mean, I don't know. I don't know exactly what that whole cutscene was. It's hashtag blame universe. But anyway, well, not even that. It's just universal logic, I guess. But Jericho now countering, taking down Daniel Bryan. As we remember, Daniel Bryan and Chris Jericho, from what we remember, the night after Night of Champions, Daniel Bryan declared that he would challenge any and all of CM Punk's former opponents and that he would defeat them in order to prove not only to himself but to, I said that backwards, not only to the Authority but to himself, that he does indeed deserve a match with CM Punk. And he defeated The Miz with the Anaconda Vice that very same night. And then Chris Jericho would be next in line, as back at the Extreme Rules pay-per-view, Jericho and CM Punk faced off for the WWE title. So, excuse me, I don't know, I just yawned there. But anyway, like I was saying, Chris Jericho they competed in a tag team match against each other. Daniel Bryan and CM Punk actually teamed up against Chris Jericho and Kane, and somehow Jericho and Kane were able to coexist and get the victory there in that tag team match. Then last week, there was a tag team matchup where Jericho and Daniel Bryan were now on the same side as they went up against the Wyatt family, Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper. And again, Daniel Bryan on the losing end due to Chris Jericho not even tagging him into the match. I mean, Chris Jericho thought he could handle it himself, and even if he couldn't, just didn't want to give Daniel Bryan a tag into the match. And that cost them the victory. So the Wyatt family got a pretty big win last week, and also a pretty big loss for Jericho and Bryan. And finally, we get to see these two face off in a one-on-one match. I don't know what new Raw GM Paul Heyman's been thinking. He's kind of been dragging this out a little bit from what we've seen, as I assume that he's the one behind these matches, because he's the Raw GM, so I assume he's the one who books things around here. Or maybe Triple H is still back there running things, doing the booking, and I don't know exactly what Paul Heyman. I don't know why I thought that was wrong. Was I thinking Paul Bearer or something? But Paul Heyman, I completely threw myself for a loop there. But let's get back to the match. Jericho triangle dropkick, sending Daniel Bryan to the outside, crashing to the floor. And now just sort of, I don't think that was very, I guess Jericho maybe trying to take a moment to recover there. Oh, and now he just suckering Daniel Bryan in a bit himself, as he just tackled him off the ropes there. And now Daniel Bryan going to get immediately back into the ring there. Doesn't want Chris Jericho to catch him off guard like that again, as Chris Jericho took a bit of a time to rest. Although I thought he should have stayed on Daniel Bryan, and now could be coming back to bite him here as Daniel Bryan going to the top rope and drops an elbow right onto the face of Chris Jericho. And now Daniel Bryan now driving his elbow into the shoulder of Chris Jericho. That looks like a very painful move. And here's Daniel Bryan, Irish whip sending Jericho into the corner. And now there's the rapid kicks to the chest, the no kicks by Daniel Bryan. And we've seen that ever since coming over to 2K14, Daniel Bryan been switching to the nose, because that's right about the time when, he even wanted a match against CM Punk so far back as before the Vengeance pay-per-view, and the McMahons wouldn't give it to him. The Authority just wouldn't give him the match. And, ever since that, it's kind of changed Daniel Bryan a little bit. He's switched over to the no chance, and I know he's just obviously got to be frustrated that he's not getting the match that, really, what is the point in not giving him the match? It's what the people want to see. I don't know exactly what kind of good business the WWE is getting out of this by not giving him the match, but now look at this, a single leg Boston Crab locked in there by Jericho. This is a matchup between two submission experts. So this is going to be an interesting match. And look at that. Knee right to the face. Hook in the leg. That's 1, 2. No! Chris Jericho manages to kick out there. And now there's a kick to the guy to Daniel Bryan. And now taking him down. And Chris Jericho now with an ankle lock. That's unique offense there by Jericho. But it is a submission hold. And he's looking to make Daniel Bryan tap out. And look at this. What the hell just happened? Paul Heyman, who won this match? I don't know what to say here, folks. Paul Heyman, looks like we got a bit of a reenactment of the Montreal Screwjob here, folks. I don't know what Paul Heyman's thinking, but he's just cost Daniel Bryan the match. I want to be clear, folks, that Daniel Bryan did not tap out there, but Paul Heyman just came down to the ring and sabotaged this match. Daniel Bryan, this was a very good back-and-forth matchup, and Paul Heyman just cost Daniel Bryan the match. He just went out there and screwed Daniel Bryan over. I don't know what Paul Heyman was thinking there, folks, but I don't know. We're going to have to wait to get some more information on this situation. Have to see what the Authority says about those actions by Paul Heyman. But I want to thank you all for watching. Make sure to stay tuned for the next episode of WWE 2K14 Universe Mode. Will be main event, and it will, of course, be Ryback versus Roman Reigns. Make sure to stay tuned for that. Keep on YouTubing.